Hi and good day to everyone. I am Jonathan Alonso from Bitututan FSM 3B, and for today's video, I will show you the different kitchen tools and equipment. So as you observe in the kitchen, there are lots of tools and equipment that are going to be used daily, but some of them are not so familiar with what their names are and how to use them. And with that, this video will guide you so that you'll be able to know that there are different types of kitchen tools and equipment, and these are the following: hand tools and small equipment, thermometer, pots and pans, knives, dinnerware, flatware, and others. So now, we will be able to know what belongs to hand tools and small equipment. So, let's start. A. Hand tools and small equipment. The first one is the bowl cutter, melon bowl scope or Parisian knife cutter. A sharp-edged scope or cup-shaped half-sphere implement used for cutting out balls of fruits and vegetables. Number 2 is the bench scraper or dough knife or cutter. A broad rectangular stiff piece of metal with wooden handle on one edge used to cut pieces of dough and to scrape workbenches. Number 3 is the chenille knife, a small hand tool used generally in decorative works such as in making garnishes. Number 4 is the china cup, a cone-shaped strainer used to strain soups, stocks, sauces, and other liquids. The pointed shape allows draining of liquid through a relatively small opening. Number 5. Colander, a perforated bowl of varying sizes made of stainless steel, aluminum, or plastic used to drain washed or cooked ingredients from liquid. Number 6. Cook's fork, a heavy two-pronged fork with a long handle used to lift and turn food items such as big cuts of meat and poultry. Number 7. Fine china cup or chinoise, very fine meshed china cup used when great clarity or smoothness is needed in a liquid. Number 8. Food mill, a device with a hand-turned blade that forces food through perforated discs that are interchangeable with different coarseness or fineness to reduce a solid to small, fine pieces or powdery particles like vegetables, coffee, pepper, spices, etc. Number 9. Offset spatula, a broad-bladed implement bent to keep the hand off hot surfaces. It is used for turning and lifting eggs, pancakes, and meats on griddles, grills, sheet pans, and the like, and also used to scrape and clean griddles. Number 10 is the pastry bag and tubes or tips, a funnel-like or cone-shaped cloth or plastic bag with an open end that can be fitted with a metal or plastic tubes or tips of varying sizes and designs used for shaping, piping, or decorating with materials such as cake icing, whipped cream, Duchess potatoes, and soft dough. Number 11. Pastry wheel or wheel knife, a round, rotating blade, plain or folded with a handle, used to cut rolled out dough, pastries, and baked pizza. Number 12. Pastry brush, a small implement used to brush the surface of unbaked pastries or cookies with egg white, egg yolk, or glaze. Number 13 is the rubber spatula or scraper, a broad flexible plastic or rubber scraper that is rectangular shaped with a curve on one side. It is used to scrape off all the contents of bowls and pans from the sides and to fold in beaten eggs and butter or whipped cream. Number 14. Sieve, a squint-type mesh supported by a round metal frame used for sifting dry ingredients like starch and flour. 15 is skimmer, a perforated disc slightly cupped with a long handle used to skim or remove surfaces, layers of fat, broth, and scum from simmering. Stock, sauce or soup, stew or jam are used to remove solid pieces from soups, stocks, and other liquids. Number 16 is spoons, solid slotted and perforated, large stainless spoons holding about 3 ounces used for mixing, stirring, basting, and serving. Slotted and perforated spoons are large, long-handled spoons with holes in the bowl used to remove larger solid particles from liquids. Number 17 is the straight spatula or palette knife. A 2 to 3 cm wide, flexible handled blade with a rounded, unsharpened, and used for manipulating foods such as spreading and smoothing, icings on cakes, for mixing and scraping bowls. Number 18 is the wire whip or whisk, a device with loops of stainless steel wire fastened to a handle. And lastly, number 19 is a stir, a small fine-toothed metal grater often mounted on a wooden or plastic handle to remove the zest or colored portions of citrus peels in thin strips. Then let's proceed to letter B, thermometer. A thermometer is an instrument to measure temperature essential for cooking, especially for determining meat doneness, for baking, for freezer, refrigerator, fat, and sugar temperatures, and for ensuring the frosting and cooking in microwave ovens. Number 1 is the fat thermometer and candy thermometer. Determine temperatures of frying fats and sugar syrups. Reads up to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Number 2 is the instant read thermometer. Thermometer that gives reading within a few seconds of being inserted in a particular food item and reads from 0 to 0 degrees Fahrenheit to 220 degrees Fahrenheit. However, must not be left in meats during roasting or they will be damaged. Number 3 is the meat thermometer. A metal thermometer with the measuring element in a sharp point and a circular indicating dial, placed with its point in the thick part of a joint to indicate its internal temperature. It is inserted before cooking and leaves the product during cooking. Number 4 is the special thermometers, which is for oven, refrigerator, and freezer thermometers. Letter C is pots and pans. Number 1 is bain-marie pan or bain-marie insert. Tall cylindrical stainless steel containers used to store and hold food in water bath. Sizes 1 to 36 quarts or liters. The number 2 is brazier, a round, broad, shallow, heavy-duty pot with straight sides used for browning, braising, and stewing meats. Sizes 11 to 30 quarts or liters. Number 3 is casserole pan, a covered utensils of oven-proof pottery, metal or glass, with 1 or 2 handles wherein food may be baked and served, mostly used on top of the stove. Sizes is 1 quart, 1.5 quarts, 2 quarts, 2.5 quarts, and 3 quarts. Number 4, cast iron skillet, a very heavy, thick-bottomed frying pan used for pan frying when a very steady, even heat is needed. Number 5 is chafing dish, a small portable bain-marie used to keep food warm for use at the table, may be electric or alcohol burning. Number 6, double boiler, 2 nested handled saucepans equipped with a single cover, which is used to cook food over boiling or simmering water or for the purpose of keeping food warm. The lower section holds the boiling water, while the upper section holds the food that must be cooked at low temperature and cannot be cooked over direct heat, like cream sauce and custards or melting chocolates. Sizes 11 to 30 quarts or liters. Number 7 is the marmite, a special metal or earthenware pot with a lid and handles used for long, slow cooking, usually 8 to 12 ounces in capacity. Number 8 is non-stick pans. Pans known by various brand names like Teflon and Silverstone, with a very slippery finish, but one that requires a lot of care because it is easily scratched. 9 is ramekin, a small individual circular, usually white, porcelain, glass earthenware, oven-proof dish, from 4 to 15 inches in diameter, used for egg custards, mousses, baked eggs, etc. Number 10 is the roasting pan, a large rectangular pan, deeper and heavier than an ordinary baking pan, used to roast meats and poultry. A heavy pan with or without a wrap or cover. Number 11. Sauce pot, a round pot of medium depth similar to stock pots, but more shallow, thus making the stirring or mixing process easier. Used for sauces, soups, and other liquid sizes, 6 to 60 quarts or liters. Number 12 is the saucepan, a medium deep cooking utensils with one long handle and slightly rounded bottom used with or without a cover. Available in varying sizes from 1.5 to 15 quarts or liters. Number 13 is service pan, counter, or stem table pan. Rectangular pans made of stainless steel designed to hold foods and service counters to keep them warm. Used for serving and storage. Number 14 is the sheet pan or band pan, a rectangular shallow pan to bake cakes, rolls, and cookies, and for baking or broiling certain meats and fish. Sizes 18 by 16 inches, which is the full pan, 18 by 13 inches, half pan. Number 15 is stock pot, a large cylindrical deep, straight-sided pot for preparing stocks and simmering large quantities of liquids, usually kept simmering all the time and cleaned out and replenished on a regular basis. Letter D is knives. Number 1 is the boning knife, a thin pointed blade about 6 inches in length used for boning raw meats and poultry. Stiff blades are used for heavier work while flexible ones are used for lighter work and filleting small to medium-sized fish. Second is the butcher knife, a heavy, broad, slightly curved blade used for cutting, sectioning, and trimming raw meats. Number 3 is the clam knife, a short, rigid, broad-bladed knife with a slight edge used to open clams and selected shellfish varieties. Number 4 is the cleaver, a very heavy, broad blade used for cutting through bones and heavy chopping. Number 5 is the French knife or chef's knife, the most widely used knife in the kitchen for chopping, slicing, dicing, and so on. Described as having a wide blade at the heel and tapers to a point. The blade length is 10 inches for general work. Larger knives are for heavy cutting and chopping, while smaller blades are for more delicate work. Number 6 is the oyster knife, a short, rigid, blunt knife with a dull edge used to open oysters. Number 7 is the paring knife, a small pointed blade about 2 to 4 inches in length used for trimming and paring fruits and vegetables. Number 8 is the salad knife or utility knife, the type of knife used mostly for pantry work, cutting and preparing salad, greens, and fruits. Also used in carving roast poultry. Number 9 is the steak knife, a curved pointed blade used for accurate cuttings of steaks. Then, with letter E, which is the dinnerware. Number 1 is the bread and butter plate, a 6-inch plate used for bread, desserts, and molded salads. Second is the cereal bowl, a 6-inch multi-purpose deep dish used in serving cereals, salads, rice, and desserts. Number 3 is the dinner plate, a 10-inch plate used in serving the main course in each cover in formal dining. 4. Luncheon plate or breakfast plate, a 9-inch all-purpose plate for daily dining. 5. Platters, oval-shaped servingware that come in varying sizes. 6. Salad plates, a 7-inch plate used to serve salads, desserts, fish, or underliners for stemware and even cereal bowls. 7. Soup plate, a 9-inch deep plate used in formal sit-down dinners. Letter F is the flatware. Number 1. Butter server, a small broad spatula bigger than a butter spreader. Number 2. Butter spreader, a small broad spatula used in an individual butter server. Number 3. Dimité siphon, a 4-inch long spoon used for small cups of coffee after a meal. 4. Dessert spoon. A 7-inch long spoon used for cereals, desserts, and occasionally for soups. 5. Dinner fork. A 4-pronged fork used for dining. Number 6. Dinner knife. A straight or serrated knife, usually broad and with a rounded tip. Number 7. Dinner spoon. A type of spoon with an oval bowl used for dining. Number 8. Fish knife. An 8.5-inch long knife having a distinct shape at the tip. Number 9. Iced spoons. Long-handled spoons about 8 inches long with a small oval bowl for all glasses. Number 10. Oyster fork. A 3-pronged or tinned small fork for oysters, mussels, and clams. Number 11. Pickle fork. A 2-pronged or thinned small fork for pickles, olives, and some relishes. Number 12. Salad or dessert fork. A 4-pronged or thinned but shorter and broader fork for salads and desserts. 13. Soup spoon. A type of spoon with a round bowl used for soups approximately 8.5 inches long. 14, which is the last, is a teaspoon. A small spoon with an oval bowl used for coffee, tea, and occasionally for desserts. And the last one of kitchen tools and equipments is G. Others. Number 1. Apple corer. A tube-shaped hand tool used to remove the core from apples. 2. Baster. A small utensil with a bulb for moistening food while cooking. 3. Bent pot. A heavy covered crockery pot made of crude material used in the slow cooking of beans. 4. Blender. An electric kitchen appliance consisting of glass, stainless steel, or plastic vessel with a fast rotating blade directly attached or coupled to an electric motor below, used for blending, mincing, grating, chopping, pulverizing, emulsifying, and liquefying the contents of the vessel, which can be dry or wet. Number 5. Bread pan. An oblong or rectangular pan used to hold bread, though in baking. Number 6. Batter board. A wooden board with ridges used for cooking batter balls. Number 7. Batter curler. A hand tool used for making batter curls. Number 8. Butter melter. A small heavy pot to melt butter. Number 9. Cake pan or cake tin. A metal or glass or oven-proof pan usually of different sizes, shapes, and designs for baking cakes. Number 10. Cake rack. A metal framework for cooling cakes, cookies, and pastries, usually round, square, or rectangular in shape. Number 11. Candelabras. A candle holder, usually of varying sizes, designs, and shapes to add an elegant touch or to be the focal point of a buffet of head table. 12. Canisters. Containers made of varied materials and different shapes, sizes, designs, and colors, used for storing staples and other food materials like coated chocolates, cookies with tight-fitting lids to preserve freshness. Number 13. Carving board. A large wooden board usually grooved for carving meats and poultry. Number 14. Charlotte molds. A straight or slope-sided mold used to make charlotte. Number 15. Cocktail shaker. A glass-like vessel with tight-fitting cover, usually made of stainless metal for mixing the ingredients of a cocktail drink. Number 16. Cocotte. A French casserole usually a shallow earthenware, cast iron, or porcelain dish with a tight-fitting lid. Number 17. Cookie press. A hollow cylindrical device which is filled with butter or soft dough, pressed through various discs or tubes onto a cookie sheet. 18. Cookie sheet. A metal sheet rectangular in shape used for baking cookies, breads, cake sheets, pastries, and for other baking purposes. 19. Cooling rack. A metal rack slightly elevated allowing air circulation used in cooling selected baked products. 20. Custard cups. A small deep ovenware bowls occasionally used in serving desserts and salads. 21. Dry measuring cup. Measuring cups available in 1, 1/2, 1/3, and 1/4 cup sizes made of stainless steel, aluminum, or plastic, either in one piece or nested. 22. Dutch oven. A deep metal cooking pot equipped with a tight-fitting cover used to cook pot roast and stews. 23. Egg poacher. A miniature bain-marie with an upper dish containing indentions, each sized to hold an egg or contains a separate device for poaching. 24. Enamelware. Cooking utensils coated with enamel to protect it from rust and the action of acids. 25. Fish boiler. A long narrow kettle with cover suitable for cooking whole fish. 26. Flan ring or pie ring. A plain or fluted metal ring placed on a flat baking tray or cookie sheet for baking tarts and pies. 27. Fluted knife. A ridge or zigzag edge knife for decorative cutting of food materials. 8. Flutter. A device used to create an indentation pressed into the edge of pie or pastry for decoration or to sew two edges of pastry together. 29. Fondue service. A food preparation setup consisting of a fondue pot over an alcohol flame and fondue forks used for cooking and serving cheese or meat fondues. 30. Funnel. A cone-shaped kitchen tool with a tube at the point used to transfer liquids or powders into narrow-necked containers to avoid spills. 31. Garlic press. A kitchen tool used to extract the pulp and juice from garlic cloves. 32. Gem pan. A variation of the muffin pan with smaller indentations. 33. Griddle. A flat, smooth-headed surface wherein foods like pancakes, burgers, and other meats and eggs requiring less oil are directly cooked, available as separate units or as part of a range top. 34. Hibachi. An oriental type of grilling device consisting of a compartment that holds hot coals and a removable grill on top. 35. Kitchen shears. A double-bladed multi-purpose cutting device very much similar to scissors used for cutting, scaling fish and nut cracking. 36. Larding needle. A large needle with a wide eye used for pulling strips of larding pork through meat. 37. Liquid measuring cup. A measuring cup made of clear glass or plastic that comes in one piece with lips for easy pouring, marked off into forts by ridges on the sides. 38. Mallet. A wooden metal or plastic hammer-like device to crack ice or flatten meat and poultry. 39. Muffin pans. A sheet-like pan holding 6 to 12 deep pans to make muffins and cupcakes, also called muffin tin. 40. Omelette pan. A heavy-based frying pan usually of cast iron or copper with rounded sloping sides used exclusively for omelettes and never washed after use but cleaned with absorbent paper. 41. Pastry blender. A handled wire tool used for cutting, shortening into dry ingredients and making pastries. 42. Rimmer. A device or tool used to extract juice from sliced lemon or orange. 43. Ricer, potato ricer or potato masher. A kitchen gadget designed to press potato and similar cooked vegetables through perforated container, salting in strings about the diameter on a rice grain. 44. Roaster. A heavy pan with or without a rack or cover that goes with it, used for roasting meats, poultry, and even fish. 45 is the rotisserie, a stainless steel rod with a handle used to broil meats and poultry. 46 sauce boat, an oval shallow wide-mouthed container standing on an oval plate used to serve sauces, usually with a small ladle. 47 is skewer, a pointed wood or metal rod used for cruising joints of meat and poultry or for holding meat, fish or pieces of vegetables for grilling. 48 snail pan, a pan containing 6 or 12 depressions or indentures used for cooking and serving snails. 49 souffle dish, a straight-sided oven-proof dish wherein souffles are baked. 50 springform pan, a deep cake pan usually round in shape with a special clasp allowing the rim to be removed from the cake. 51 stew pot, a large cooking vessel with a tight-fitting lid to store varied food materials. 52 teapot, a heating vessel with a pot wherein tea is steeped and from which it is served. 53 trivet, a decorative metal plate on very short stand for use to hold a hot dish on a table or on the stove as an asbestos mat or for steaming puddings in pots. 54 trussing needle, a special kind of kitchen needle bigger than sewing needle, sometimes curved, used to tie meat or poultry in roasting. 55 vegetable brush, a small brush with stiff bristles used for scrubbing vegetables like potatoes and carrots. Number 56 waffle iron, a utensil to cook waffles having two thick metal plates hinged along one edge with handles at the opposite edge and with headed indented mating surfaces which give the characteristic appearance in waffles, may be electric or manual. 57 wine basket, a basket that allows the wine bottle to rest horizontally during serving. Number 58, which is the last, is the wire basket, a small wire and utensils for shaping, frying foods in deep fat or a small wire basket used to suspend foods for deep fat frying.